Hey folks, Neil Beasley here. District basketball coming down to the wire. Let's get you warmed up for this week's action. The girls' postseason starts next week. Let's take a look at some Houston area teams to watch in the lineup. The clear favorite out of the Houston area in 6A is Cy Springs, led by McDonald's All-American nominee Ayla McDowell. The Panthers have been cruising right along with only 3 losses to their ledger. Sophomore sensation Gemini Mitchell has added that secondary scoring punch, which could lead Cy Springs all the way to San Antonio. Another sneaky good team is Fort Bend Hightower. Okeechobee Okeke has been huge for the Hurricanes as they snuck up the rankings. Pearland Dawson has a team to look out for as well. They beat powerful Pearland twice and has a 30-win season. Dawson is led by Journey Lovett, who averages over 14 points a game, and Kendall Ford, who averages over 13. Scary thing is, both these girls are juniors, so the Eagles could be dangerous for a couple years. Grand Oaks girls also have a 30-win season and went undefeated in district. The Grizzlies take their cues from one of their best scorers in the city. Bree Riley averages an eye-popping 27 points per game. Grand Oaks could very well ride this senior to state. Other 6A teams to watch out for come postseason. How about Dickinson, C.E. King, and Summer Creek? As for 5A, keep an eye on Barbers Hill. Head coach Brian Harris has his Eagles flying high, and he knows how to win games. How about over 600 of them in his coaching career? If Barbers Hill gets a favorable draw, the Eagles could advance a few rounds deep. As for players to watch out for in the postseason, one name that sticks out is Natalia Gray from A-Leaf Taylor. She can score inside and out and has her share of complementary pieces that could lead the Lions to several playoff wins. And how about Katie Cinco Ranch's Ania Foy? The senior is a sharpshooter and averages over 25 points a game. It'd be hard to guard without the double team, and that would leave others open for easy buckets. The girls' postseason should be a fun time in the greater Houston area.
The warm-up is brought to you by the Houston area Chevy dealers. Come in and test the all-new Silverado today. And by DQ for treats and eats before and after the game. Also by Parker University. Check out our bachelor's degree in strength and human performance today.
We caught up to a big-time athlete from the Houston area in this week's Recruiting Trail.
My name's Inman. I play shooting guard at the Woodlands College Park. Probably just having a bunch of guys that fit together and mesh, and a good head coach who believes in you and believes in everything that you do on the court, on and off the court, actually. I want to fit, just bringing that motor always and always trying to do things to help the team win. On the court, I feel like I can get straight to it, always a dog, always a killer. And then off the court, I feel like I'm goofy. Funny, yeah. Probably that I'm a good, genuine guy. I take my classes serious. I'm always gonna be there for people who need me in the class. And I just love talking, getting to meet new people. Something I'm looking to accomplish is probably getting all A's in this next semester for sure. I think I was close last semester, so probably finishing that out and then graduation for sure. A legacy I want to leave is just always being positive to the younger guys, not thinking you're too big for anybody, just always being there for the younger guy, looking out for them and helping them along their journey and along their way, because they've seen a bunch of people grow up, and then for me, they've seen me grow up, so just being that type of guy.
The warm-up is brought to you by the Houston area Chevy dealers. Come in and test drive the all-new Silverado today. And by Randall's, fresh foods, local flavors. Also by the UPS store. Be unstoppable.
Our Ward Fasold caught up with Cy Falls head coach Richard Flores to talk about his Eagles in the Hype.
All right, welcome to the Hype, and we're joined by Cy Falls head coach Richard Flores, not Robert. Some people call him Robert. That's his brother. You got to know better. I don't know why people do that, but some do. I would never do that. Anyway, Coach, talk to me about your squad this year, because as usual, over the last several years, you guys are right there at the top of the district. You guys are making things happen. Tell me what kind of has sparked your team this year, especially I just watched the game yesterday and saw JoJo Tugwood down there in Houston. You're sending players to good places, so you have the talent. Talk to me, who's the talent this year on your squad?
I've been really impressed with like Javory Washington. He's a guy that just probably part of the, like the culture of our program. And when I say that, like he came in, as a freshman, was on our freshman A team, and then he was on our varsity as a sophomore. However, I think one of his best learning experiences as a sophomore, if we can appreciate this, as I'm sure we can, having to play Beaumont United in the season opener, and getting a few minutes, but enough to see what that level is like. And that team was also part of a district championship team, and so he's been a part of. I mean, we've won 3 straight district championships. He's been on 2 of them, and so he knows the expectations, and he also understands and appreciates for those that aren't getting all the minutes, like what it's like and why you need to take the approach that you do on a daily basis. So he's been one of our sparks, but really I've been very pleased with. We have 2 freshmen on varsity that are up, so taking that into consideration to not having any starters return. The ball movement is starting to improve. The rhythm that we're playing with is improving. And then, just like situational awareness.
You talk about your style of teams, and it's always going to be low scoring games because you guys play such good defense, and maybe you take your time on offense. We can talk about offense a little bit later, but talk to me about how much you harp on defense, maybe from right when you throw the balls out for the first time during the fall to right now, and how you can say, hey, see, we beat Cy-Fairs 40-39. We had to clamp down. We beat this team 45-42. I think it was Elkins or something. This is why I preach this so far throughout the year.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was actually just on a text with my state championship team, and we've been in the 60s even this year, and that group, of course, played great defense, and the way we just try to develop our guys is one of the things is like togetherness and toughness. And like if we're having a tough night, well then they've got to have an even tougher night, and unfortunately, like whenever we have been getting stops, we like to play really fast in transition, and that's been one of the things that has carried over. But as I talk about some new pieces and the team that we currently have, like there's just a rhythm, that we're just starting to get to. And, the ball movement, finding the open guy, trusting the ball movement, and knocking down those shots. Going back to it, it's like I was talking to our freshmen just this morning, like when the ball's not going in, usually that just requires an extra effort play. And sometimes that's on the defensive end, which could lead to a deflection should be our possession. And that's what we preach. And offensively, again, even if shots aren't going in, let's go get that rebound. And we just sometimes you got to make plays. So yes, half-court execution is important, but player development is extremely important to us.
Excellent. A lot of good things happening at Cy Falls. The girls were playing really well as too. So good basketball going on over there. I appreciate you joining us, Coach, and we're gonna see you guys down the line for sure.
Okay, appreciate you having me.
Hey, that'll do it for today's show. Thanks for joining us. Talked a lot of girls playoffs, but the boys' regular season is finishing up as well. Hey, go check out a game if you can.